break the camera, you have to buy it.
Come on in to Green's Hardware. We're open.
I am Norma Jenner. I'm the historian for the village of Minoa. I've lived here for 84 years in the same house right in the middle of town. And in 1913, when Mr. Flanagan bought it, it was a hall for a long time. It served many purposes: dances upstairs, dinners, meeting places. A Mr. H.L. Brown bought it in 1946. A Mr. A.J. Scott purchased it from him in 1961. Otto Hayes bought it in 1970, and Mr. Green bought it in 1976, and he's still the owner.
Peg and I do everything together. We're up at 5 o'clock every morning.
Because he's the brains in the electronics and the plumbing. And plus he's excellent with people.
Well, I wanted to get into the hardware business because I just enjoyed working with my hands. And I always liked tools. I don't know, I just enjoyed and figured it'd be nice to have, you know, a business.
It was quite slow when we first started. You got the neighborhood people, that's for sure. And it took, I would say, it took quite a few years before people realized that Chuck and I were here at the hardware store. You know, people right down here in the main area knew us, and they'd come down.
My name is Bob MacDonald. I live here in Minoa, and we built our home 32 years ago. I noticed that there's a local hardware store in the village. I went over there and immediately I loved the store. The store has everything that you could imagine, and if they do not have it, they will get it. Believe me, their knowledge is fantastic, their prices are very reasonable, and they're a great family to get to know.
I'm happy being a small store. Again, it's hard competing with the big one.
We try to treat each person, no matter who it is, as an individual.
My name is Joe Cingolini, and I've lived in Minoa since November 1971. I like to go to Green's because, first of all, he's local. Number two, he and his wife have got the greatest personalities. I think if you needed something and he wasn't open, he'd probably open up for you too.
We've opened on Labor Day for a farmer that needed a bolt, you know, 15-cent bolt. We had one poor young girl call one time for Peg, wanted to know if we were open. I believe that was Thanksgiving also. And Peg goes, "Oh yeah, we can open for you." Peg comes over, and the poor girl wanted to return 2 cans of paint. That's what we opened for. So Peg said, "Well, that's all right." And I said, "Well, Peg, maybe she had no money. Maybe that's the only money she was going to have, was getting the money from the paint." So we always looked at the positive side.
One of the major reasons that they have survived is they do not have all this exclusive remodeling done. It has the old-time look, appearance, and feeling. Thus, they can keep their prices low.
Up here is what we call the stovepipe room. There's old tools here from 1913 when it was first a hardware. They came with the hardware, like I said, they went through, we're the 5th owner, and all of this tools came for each owner, and I've had the chance and people really would love to buy it. And it's not going to go, when the hardware goes, the tools go with it.
I feel, again, I got to use that word, I think we thrive in this area because, even with that competition, because we offer a service. For example, I don't think hardly any of the big stores, as far as I know, do windows. They, you know, we do windows, we do screening, things of that nature. That in itself does bring people in. They are happy to have a place they can come to.
My opinion as to why they've survived is because of the kind of service they give. It's so personalized, and they are very genuine people.
I think being here in the village, since it's been here for approximately almost 100 years, that it's like a standard fixture, and people just love to come in.
To this day, to me, greens is number one.
Pick of the lot here.
I wouldn't go as far as say that,
Oh,
but
I'm talking, so I will.